So I'm going to turn to the last of our subjects, which is probably the most contentious. In different traditions, we have an immediate separation and an immediate rebalancing of the equality between the masculine divine and the masculine feminine. And at this moment in time, we have traditions which are overtly, destructively masculine. The subject is religion. And I'm going to ask the question, again, given a divine capacity to apply change, in the religious dimension, what do you think that our understanding of the divine feminine can possibly contribute to make the world a more balanced and a happier place? So I'm going to go against the flow now and go counterclockwise and turn to Deepika ji, if you'd like to share some thoughts. And you actually have 4 minutes if you wish to use all of your time.
That is a good question. As someone who was also brought up with Western traditions of knowledge, so I have had to go through a vast unlearning process. So one of the first things that I had to unlearn was the nature of the female presence within I'm going to call them scriptural for the purposes of this talk, but as you know, Hindu dharma doesn't have scriptures. So was first of all reading these texts through translations or through the very damaging way in which non-Indian, non-practitioners read these texts. One is bound to believe that there is a bias towards the Purush, and which leaves out the feminine. And it's only after, 10 years of this text study that I realized that the Purush applies to females as well as males. And that's one of the fundamental misunderstandings which should not occur with any access to these kind of texts. So and also in my study of religion, how it applies to life in early modern India, for example, we're not a scriptural religion, or we're not a scriptural dharma. Is about practice of certain principles, which are dharmic principles. And so the Pandit or the Jyotish or the Purohit plays a minimal and nominal role in how these, even these very large Anushthan, for example, are carried out in the royal arena, which is my area of expertise. One realizes that I would not be able to correct it more than it has already been corrected in practice by the pre-colonial era. After that, Hinduism gets defined in a terrifying way by the way, it's literally defined through a Christian Protestant lens in a foreign language, and it becomes this unidentifiable thing. So our challenge now is to undo those epistemic violences upon it. Is that my 4 minutes?
Wonderful. That's an excellent start. I think we're away. And I would encourage everyone to be as frank and as direct as you feel the need to be. Political correctness has its place, but it's not fundamentally part of the dharmic tradition either. So be robustly open in any remarks that you have to say. Not at all. It was very restrained.